Hey guys, Patrick here. Hope you're doing great. I'm a PhD student at Oxford. In 2020, I was still working in finance until this happened.
Coronavirus.
Flatten the curve.
It made me realize what I really wanted to do for the next couple of years, and in that process, there were 3 habits that fundamentally changed me. And so in today's video, I want to share this with you, and maybe it inspires you to change too. Let's go. When the pandemic hit in 2020, I was not doing my PhD. At the time, I was still working in finance, and maybe just to give you a bit of context on my typical working day. For my job, I was working maybe 11 hours a day, and sometimes more, but I start at 6:30 in the morning, fast-paced, lots of things happen throughout the day. But what stands out is that at the end of the day, I actually don't do anything else. No hobbies really. And if anything, I would probably watch Netflix and just call it a day. And at the time, I was fine with it because I worked all week and I deserved to have a break. Now, over a year later, a lot has changed, and I think it's time to do some reflection. So back then, I would only focus on work. I would not really do any focus on personal or professional developments. But when I started my PhD, things completely changed. So my mindset now is, at the end of the multi-year PhD program, I want to come out of the program as a completely different person. Now, what do I actually mean? Well, I am not just my PhD. I want to develop the skills and experiences outside of what I normally do and try out things that I never would have done. Right. Let's do this. Hi there. How can I help you? Yes. Hi. Are you hiring by any chance, or I ran out of ideas. So there's just so much more to your life than just work. And so what do I actually cover in a week now? Well, it's PhD work, obviously, online courses, and making videos on YouTube and TikTok. Online courses. So I don't actually have classes for my PhD, but I feel that following a structured curriculum to further develop your skills and actually getting a certificate at the end is literally perfect. So in my case, I've just completed a 4-month-long Mathematics for Machine Learning course on Coursera. I think it's a great course and it's a really good foundation for a lot of my PhD work. And it's also a good preparation for the Oxford Machine Learning Summer School that I'm attending next month. So I did this course on my own pace for 3 times a week, every single week, and for a couple of hours each day. But the core idea behind this is that if you work on something every single week for months, at the end of the PhD, which is 3 or 4 years long, you'll just be so deeply equipped with the skills and experiences that will just make you a much better candidate for future employment. And so, if you've always wanted to learn a new skill or refine a skill, honestly, now's the time to do it. YouTube and TikTok. Hey, have you downloaded TikTok? It's like the coolest thing ever. I'm not 13. I'm just not gonna download.
Attention shoppers, can I get a
So working and studying from home is not everyone's cup of tea. You may be distracted at home, you're not with your friends, and you may not be as productive as other environments. And so I wanna share study tips and motivations through, personal stories, and to just get you up on your feet. Personally, I love watching motivational videos, and if I can deliver this one through a study perspective and actually bring you along the PhD journey, I think that's a good enough reason for me to at least start and continue the video making journey. Plus, I want to try out a new avenue of creativity, making videos from end to end. So that's coming up with ideas, scripting them, designing the video outline, filming it, editing it, and actually putting myself out on the internet, hopefully for good use. But I'm really enjoying this process so far. There are plenty of articles that show that young people are experiencing higher rates of psychological distress, most notably depression and/or anxiety. And honestly, that's to no surprise. For over a year, we were locked away from many of our friends and family, we were isolated at home, and the economy barely flopped, meaning way too many people have lost their jobs. I'm gonna be honest, it took me a while to really take care of my own mental health, but when I started the PhD, I finally decided to address this, and so one of the things I started doing was keeping a gratitude journal. This is my Notion setup for the journal, and so there are 4 columns here. The first one is the name, well actually this is clearly redundant because I always put in journal. The date, the mood that I'm in, so this is, yesterday I was tired and relaxed. Sleep quality is a 5-star rating. Typically its average is around 4 in case you're curious. And then let's use today as an example. So I have a ready-made template, so I just click this and then let's type in journal. Don't really bother with that. Today's the 10th, and sleep quality, definitely not 5, probably 4. And then the mood, well, I'm motivated to finish this video. So finish filming and editing this video, and then happy because I'm meeting a friend later. Very relaxed day. And then at the bottom, I have a couple of things. And this is what I fill out at the end of the day, and maybe can give you an example. So what am I grateful for? Then did I get anxious today? Another one is an amazing thing that happened today. how could I have made today even better, and the top 3 things that I got done today. And so the idea is that at the end of the day, when I reflect on the day, I'm able to fill this out. And I've noticed that if I write into the gratitude journal every single day, it actually helps me a lot. And you know, when things don't go according to plan, I think it's really easy to focus on the downsides. But if I have this reflection gratitude journal, you know, I'm able to see also the accomplishments that I've actually made during the day, whether it's big or small. I started saving and investing my money towards the end of my undergrad, and more so when I started working in finance, but right now I take it very seriously. 2 things. 1, PhD students earn close to nothing. 2, during the pandemic, I started taking the advice from Graham Stephan very seriously. And if you don't know him, he runs a personal finance channel on YouTube, and he's very known for being very frugal. In fact, this is his core philosophy.
Financial minimalism is all about taking a very simple, uncomplicated, and bare bones approach to your finances, learning to live on less while still getting the same amount of joy as if you had spent more.
As a uni student, my money spending habits were not that great, to say the least. I love buying lunch outside and bought a couple of cups of coffee every single day, and you know, just to stay focused during my study sessions, and that's what, 10 to 20 bucks a day at least. That's a lot of money. My money spending habits changed at the end of uni, and especially when I started working in finance. So I was actually able to save 60 to 70% of my entire salary. Most of it I just put into an index fund and, you know, allowed to grow over time. But you know, I still went out for lunch every single day. So I could have saved a little bit more, but the reason why I was able to save that much is because my rent was low, and besides the lunch, I actually didn't spend anything. Right now with the PhD, I obviously have a much lower salary, so I don't get to save as much as previously, but it gives me an opportunity to focus on spending money less. And so I'm living at home, not spending much money. I don't spend money at all actually going out for lunch or buying coffee, although I have to say that's probably due to the nature of the pandemic. I can't do this stuff, or at least I couldn't, but I really like this routine. I'm not doing it, and I prefer saving as much money as possible right now. So the combination of the lower salary with the PhD and the mentality of Graham Stephan, I'm able to change the way I take care of my money. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you learned something new, please consider tapping that like button and subscribe button. I love you guys. See you in the next one.